So, have you ever liked a guy, really wanted him to know you're into him, but then you just completely freeze up because you're terrified that making the first move is going to make you look, well, desperate? Listen, if you're nodding along right now, you are absolutely not alone. So many women struggle with this exact same thing. It's totally common to fear rejection, to worry about embarrassment, or to stress over coming across as just a little too eager. But honestly, holding back purely out of fear, it just isn't serving you. Welcome to This Explainer. I am so incredibly excited to dive into today's topic. Think of me as your personal, highly supportive dating coach in your corner today, because we are going to build up that romantic confidence of yours. Today, we're looking at confidence in connection, expressing interest with dignity. We're going to break down exactly how you can let someone know you like them without chasing, without pretending to be someone you aren't, and absolutely, unequivocally, without losing your dignity. All right, here is our playbook for today. First, overcoming the desperation myth. Second, the warm-up, focusing on actions and signals. Third, the play, which is all about direct communication. And fourth, the postgame, focusing on dignity and effort. Let's get right into it. Starting off with Section 1, overcoming the desperation myth. Before we get into the actual how-to, we've really got to tackle the mindset that literally paralyzes people from making a move. Those deep-seated fears of looking silly or getting rejected, yeah, they're powerful, but they are based on a huge misunderstanding. We kind of get this idea in our heads that showing interest is desperate. Like, if we aren't completely hiding our feelings, we must be endlessly chasing someone or acting crazy. But that's a total myth. True confidence is about self-respect, it's about honesty, and it's emotional maturity. The whole key here is expressing your interest from a place of solid self-worth. Showing interest isn't desperate. It's actually a remarkably mature choice. Moving right along to Section 2, the warm-up, focusing on actions and signals. This is where we get into those low-stakes, everyday actions. You know, attraction usually grows through familiarity. If you only see someone once every few months, it's pretty tough for a real connection to spark. We want to build natural familiarity without forcing anything. So you don't need to confess your deepest, darkest feelings on day one. Instead, start with 3 small, actionable daily habits. Step 1, just have simple conversations. If you're coworkers, classmates, or in the same social group, jump into chats naturally. Ask about his interests. Step 2, smile and make eye contact when you see him. And Step 3, remember the small details he shares with you. People naturally feel way closer to folks who show genuine curiosity about their lives. These small daily actions open the door, and honestly, they speak much louder than some big, dramatic declaration. Now, words are great, obviously, but your nonverbal body language actually speaks volumes. Focus on these physical cues. Smile naturally, maintain comfortable eye contact, turn and actually face him when you're talking. Laugh genuinely when something is actually funny, and most importantly, just relax. Warm, open, nonverbal signals naturally and beautifully communicate your interest to him without you having to say a single word. It builds attraction so organically. All right, Section 3, the play, all about direct communication. We're in the active phase now. Remember, true confidence means you're not just waiting around for someone else to make every single move. You've got agency here. A fantastic bridge into direct communication is the art of the compliment. Everyone, and I mean everyone, appreciates sincere compliments, especially when they focus on character traits. Tell him you admire his sense of humor, his crazy good work ethic, his kindness, or even how he handled a stressful situation at work. See the difference there? You're complimenting his character, not just offering superficial flattery about his hair or his outfit. Authentic, sincere compliments about who he is as a person leave a lasting impression and genuinely build meaningful connections over time. Next up, let's talk about building a simple daily habit of low-pressure initiations. There is absolutely no rule saying you can't send the first message occasionally. Ask how his day is going. Or, for a real-life example, if you're both leaving the office, just invite him to grab a quick coffee. It's all about being comfortable expressing your interest while totally respecting his freedom to respond however he wants. Initiating sometimes is incredibly healthy. It shows you're engaged and, frankly, confident in what you want. Sometimes, though, you just gotta cut to the chase. The clearest approach is often the best one. If you want to know exactly what to say without playing endless guessing games, let's roleplay. Here is a direct script for you. I like spending time with you. Would you be interested in going out sometime? Boom, that's it. This gives you the exact words to make a move completely without fear. You aren't hiding behind mixed signals here. It's direct, it's super confident, and it's kind.
Now, if that first script doesn't quite feel like you, here's another real-life option. I've really enjoyed getting to know you, and I'd like to see where this could go. The main thing I want you to take away here is that you do not need some grand movie-style monologue to be honest and courageous. These scripts, they're respectful, they're crystal clear, and crucially, they give him the space to answer honestly too. Expressing yourself this way is not desperation. It is pure, unadulterated confidence.
Which brings us to section 4, the post-game, focusing on dignity and effort. Okay, so you made a move. You communicated clearly. Awesome. Now we evaluate the outcome, keeping a close eye on mutual effort and, most importantly, maintaining your personal dignity. Once you put your interest out there, that interest needs to become mutual. Look for these 3 clear behaviors. 1, he actually makes time for you. 2, he asks questions about your life. And 3, he keeps the conversation going. You might also notice those physical cues we talked about earlier, like him leaning in when you speak or holding eye contact a little longer. Those are huge green flags. But, and this is a tough love warning from your coach, if you're always the one reaching out, if you are doing literally all the work and he's barely responding, do not ignore that pattern. A healthy relationship is a two-way street, not a solo performance. Honestly, this might be the absolute most important takeaway from this entire explainer. Real confidence means being proud that you expressed yourself honestly, regardless of the outcome. And a fantastic way to maintain that personal dignity through all of this is by staying totally grounded in your own life. Keep up with your hobbies, dive into your passions, hang out with your friends. When your life is already full and vibrant, you remember that even if you do everything quote-unquote right, you just can't control another person's feelings. He might feel the same way, or he might not. And you know what? Either answer is completely okay. Maintaining your dignity just means knowing you were courageous enough to be sincere. I want you to use this as a daily affirmation to build up your self-worth. Your value does not depend on someone else's response. The right person isn't going to think less of you for being sincere. They're going to love your honesty. And if someone doesn't return your feelings, please don't see it as a reflection of your worth. Instead, view it as just a compatibility mismatch. That's all it is. You're just gathering data on whether this is the right mutual fit. Liking someone is nothing to be embarrassed about, and handling whatever answer comes your way with grace, that is the ultimate flex of dignity. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I've got a provocative question to leave you with. Based on everything we just went over, do you think women should make the first move, or should they always wait for the man to approach first? The healthiest relationships usually begin when 2 people are just willing to be real and honest. I really hope this playbook has empowered you to ditch those mixed signals, to communicate with total confidence, and to step into your romantic connections with complete dignity. Thank you so much for learning with me today.